Hi there, thank you for joining me today. We will need a wall for today's practice, so make sure that you set up your mat near a wall, back edge of the mat, right up against the wall. And a wall that's not too slippery because we will be using it a little bit, okay? So today's practice is really going to focus on the upper body, the shoulders, and opening up the backs and the legs. We'll start with the hands up on the wall, a little bit wider than the shoulders. And then start to walk the feet back. Let the hands slide back with you. And then creep the hands up a little bit higher again. So you want to start to feel that length through the upper body, but keep the heels grounded down. Press evenly into the hands and then start to let the shoulders shift forward towards the wall. You might have a little soft bend through the knees, so try not to lock out through the knees. And if you feel like your head's really touching the wall, then that might mean that you have to walk a little bit further back. Keep wrapping the armpits to face one another, but allow the shoulders to reach towards the wall. And find your breath here. As you wrap the armpits to face one another, can you try to relax the muscles at the base of the neck? Keep lengthening the tailbone away from the shoulders. We're not dumping into the lower back here. Take 5 more full breaths here. And then starting to walk the feet forward up towards the wall. Turning to your right, left foot a little bit behind the hip, right foot in front, and then take that left elbow to a 90-degree angle up on the wall. So you're pressing the forearm and the palm of the hand onto the wall, and then bring the right hand to the waist, soften the floating ribs in, press the forearm in, and start to turn the shoulders to the right. So be very gentle, be mindful here, and find your breath. If you need a little bit more, you might just take that elbow up a little bit higher, but keep that 90-degree angle to begin with here. If space starts to open, then you might start to turn the shoulders just very gently over towards the right. So this might be an internal action that you feel you might not see very much on the outside, but you'll feel it on the inside. Feel it in the front of that left side of the chest, into that shoulder and into that arm a little bit. Breathing in and out through the nose. Try to relax that left shoulder down. And then let's rotate around through center. We'll bring both hands back up, take the feet back away from you, feet hip distance apart again. And once again, just letting the shoulders relax towards the wall, just for a couple of breaths here. And then walk the feet forward towards the wall, taking the other side. So taking that right foot a little bit further behind your left foot in front, planting that right forearm, 90-degree angle, palm of the hand down onto the wall. Left hand comes to the waist, and then starting to press into that right forearm as you turn the shoulders to the left. Really use your breathing here. It's a very simple but effective pose for opening up the front of the chest and the shoulders. Make sure you're not overarching to the lower back, so you might just want to have a sense of lifting up through the 2 frontal hip bones here. If there's space, you might start to turn the shoulders a little bit more. Be gentle. That right shoulder drop away from the right ear. Last couple of breaths. And then rotating back to face the wall. Both hands come back up again, a little bit wider than the shoulders. Walk the feet back so they're underneath the hips. And last time here, letting the shoulders reach towards the wall. Keep wrapping the armpits to face one another. Lengthen out through both sides of the waist as you inhale, and as you exhale, try to soften the shoulders forward, but keep those armpits rotating to face one another. Let's walk the feet forward once again towards the wall. We're going to come back to the left arm. This time, let's take that left arm straight and have the hand a little bit high. So think of a diagonal line from the left hand all the way down to the right hip. Make sure you're close enough to the wall. And then starting once again, right hand to the waist, starting to turn the shoulders away from the wall. Keep dropping the tailbone down. Little lift through the lower belly to support the overall pose. And on the next inhale, we're going to swap it around straight away to the other side. So take that right arm up on a diagonal, switching the feet around so they're pointing towards the left. Left hand comes to the waist, and then starting to turn the shoulders to the left. And keep that right hand planted down. Try to drop the right shoulder away from the ear. Keep actively pressing into that right hand. Try to soften on the exhale. And take one more breath. And then let's return back to center. Bring both hands back to the wall, but this time walk the hands down and walk the feet back. So we're going to try to find an L shape with the body here. So heels in line with the shoulders, crown of the head reaching forward. Drawing the quadriceps up, make sure you're not locking in the backs of the knees. So you want to engage the quadriceps there. As you inhale, press the wall away, trying to lengthen out through both sides of the waist. Then as you exhale, narrow the waistline in, drawing the navel in, armpits rotating to face one another. Once again, inhale, pressing the wall away. Exhale, draw the navel in. We're going to take cat-cow here for a couple of breaths. Very gentle version, so soften through the knees, inhale, upper body arches. Exhale, seek her through the spine, drawing the navel in, and then inhale to bend through the knees, little arch. And then exhale, seek her the spine, draw the navel in. And let's do two more like that. Inhale, and exhale. One more. Inhaling, and exhaling. And let's keep walking the feet forward up towards the wall, turning away from the wall. Start a little bit away from the wall to begin with. We're going to take the feet hip distance apart and they're parallel. Coming down into your Uttanasana. If you need to stay a little bit further upright, you could grab some blocks or some books or something. Bend through the knees if you need to. Relax the head down. If it's possible, take the heels all the way back towards the wall and then start to draw the quadriceps up. Plant the hands down and keep drawing those kneecaps up as much as you can. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Hugging the navel in towards the spine here. And if you're a bit further forward, you've got the knees bent, you might start to strain those legs a little bit more as we hold it here. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then let's start to walk the hands away from the feet. Finding your down-facing dog, take the heels up onto the wall. So as if you've got some high heels on, press down through the palms of the hands. Actively lengthening out through both sides of the waist. And then from here, we're going to come down onto the forearms into our dolphin variation of down dog. And this is quite strong. Try to keep the elbows shoulder distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart. The elbows will want to splay out, but keep them squeezing in. This is strong, but really great for shoulder stability, strengthening through the shoulders, which is as important as stretching it out.
Soften the floating ribs in. Try to keep the crown of the head off the mat. Find your breath. Feel free to stay here, only if you'd like to take that right leg up towards the wall as well, the ball of the right foot, so keeping that right leg parallel. Straighten the right leg as much as you can. Swap the legs around, so bring that right leg down, take that left leg up. On the ball of that left foot. Keep pressing down through the forearms, keep having a sense of those armpits wrapping to face one another. Take one more full breath here. Bring that left leg down, and then making your way down onto your knees and into child's pose. The knees together, arms down by your side. Relax the forehead down, letting the shoulder girdle spill open. Just taking a few deep breaths here, just allowing that upper body to really relax. And extend those arms forward, plant the hands down, and just tucking the toes under. Just coming into a soft version of your up dog, walking the feet forward towards the hands, then soften through the knees and spinal roll all the way back up to standing. Turning to face the wall once again. So we want to set ourselves up about a leg's distance away from the wall. Yeah. So it might take you a couple of goes. We'll just find the distance. Is we're going to take this right leg up onto the wall, the right foot, sorry. Right heel in line with the right hip as much as you can. Left heel underneath the left hip. Trying to keep this right hip dropping down so it's level with the left. And then take the arms up alongside the ears. Keep pressing down through that left foot, lengthening out through both sides of the waist. Pressing into that right foot into the wall. Steady gaze with the eyes. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, take a twist to the right, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, and then turning the head to look over the right shoulder. You might want to bring that left hand to the outside of the right leg, and that might help you find a little bit more twist. Keep dropping that right hip down. Draw that left kneecap up. And then let's return the arms back up alongside the ears, inhaling. As you exhale, bringing the hands down onto the wall to where you can. You might stay quite upright. If you can, you're starting to fold forward over this right leg, reaching the crown of the head forward towards the right foot. You might plant the hands all the way onto the wall. Keep pressing with that right foot onto the wall. And then inhale, coming back upright, reaching the arms up, bring the hands to the waist, and then let's release that right foot all the way down. Feeling the weight into 2 feet for a moment. And then let's swap it over. Take that left foot onto the wall and line up that left heel with the left hip, dropping that left hip down. Let's take a moment to find your balance. Steady gaze with the eyes, and then reach the arms up alongside the ears. Feeling that line from the right heel up through the midline of the body, right up and out through the crown of the head. Take one more inhale, and then exhale. Let's take a twist to the left. Turning the shoulders, the right side of the rib cage. You might take that right hand to the outside of that left leg. Keep dropping that left hip down. Draw the right kneecap up. And then bringing both arms back up alongside the ears, inhaling. Exhale, folding forward over this left leg to where you can. You might come as far forward as almost all the way down to that leg, pressing Pressing into the palms of the hands. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep hugging the navel in. Pressing into that left foot into the wall if you can. And let's take an inhale. Come all the way back up. Hands to the waist. Bend through that left knee, stepping it all the way down. Nice. Let's take down facing dog for a breath. And then step that left foot forward in between the hands. Come down to the right knee. Bring the right foot behind you. And then this might take a little bit of setting up, but make sure that the outside edge of that left foot is flush with the edge of the wall, yeah? And the right knee is in line with the hip. Let's start with both hands at the waist to begin with. Taking an inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, starting to come over towards the wall. Bring the left hand onto the wall. Keep bringing this left shoulder forward. Soften the floating ribs in. And if you don't need this left hand on the wall, and you can bring it down very lightly on this leg, so not too much weight, and right fingertips reaching towards the wall. Keep rotating that left shoulder underneath you. Press down through that right knee, lengthening up through that right side body. You might turn the head to look up. If your hand can come a bit further down, you might start to bring your hand a bit further down as well, but try not to let that left shoulder drop underneath you. Such a good opening for the side body into the lumbar spine. And then let's take an inhale, coming back upright. Turning to face the back of the mat. Tuck the back toes under, stepping that left foot back. And let's go the other side. So step the right foot forward, come down to the left knee. Take the left foot behind you, and then the right foot is coming up against the wall. Yep, so the outside edge of that right foot against the wall, and the right heel is in line with that left knee, or a little bit further in front. So you want to have both hip bones pointing forward. Take the arms up, inhaling, and then as you exhale, starting to shift over towards the right side, you can bring that right hand onto the wall to begin with, softening the floating ribs in, reaching that left hand over towards the wall as much as you can. You might be staying here, and that's completely fine. If you want to keep going, try to bring the hand down, reaching that left hand onto the wall. So the wall really gives you something to work against, which might help you find a little bit more opening. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Open breath. Option to turn the head to look up towards the ceiling. Keep lifting up through the two frontal hip bones. And then let's take an inhale. Come all the way back up. Turning to face the front leg. And this time, let's just bring this left knee forward. Sit all the way down. Take the feet forward in front of you. Flexing the feet, pressing the soles of the feet all the way onto the wall. Use your hands by your hips to begin with, pressing down through the palms of the hands. Press the shoulders away from the ears. And then from here, you might just tuck your chin in very slightly, holding your Dandasana. Keep lifting up through the lower back. Taking another inhale. As you exhale, starting to draw forward towards the legs. Keep pressing down through the sitting bones as you reach forward. You might be staying upright, and that's totally fine. So don't worry about coming too far forward if that's not available for you at the moment. But if you can, keep pressing into the soles of the feet, pressing down through the backs of the legs. Reach the crown of the head forward. As you exhale, noticing if there's any space to fold a little bit further down. 3 more full breaths here. And then inhale, come back upright. Continue to lie all the way down onto your back. Letting the feet fall away from one another, arms a little bit away from you, palms facing up. Closing the eyes. Just allowing the body to get really heavy and really soft. Allowing all the muscles of the face to relax. And coming to complete rest for the next few minutes. And feel free to stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.